It's Hedwig, not Harry Potter. Get it straight, Mandy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing a shop my stash for the fall season today. I got my makeup all put away and organized, and I'm going to take you guys through everything. We're going to go through all my drawers and pick out some things that I'm really excited to use this coming fall. I already did a video on the palettes that I'm excited to use this fall. I'll link that one for you guys right here. I will show you kind of where I put those palettes. We'll kind of go through them briefly again, but I'm going to walk you guys through all of my drawers. We're going to pick out all my foundations, my concealers, my primers that I like to use in the fall, blushes, bronzers, highlighters, lip products, and even some perfect fall nail polishes. So we're gonna go through it all together today. Hope you guys are excited about it. But before we get to that, if you are new here, a special welcome to you. I hope that you enjoyed this video today. Please consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Also make sure the notification bell is turned on so that you know every time I upload a new video. And with that said, let's get to it. Alright guys, so here is my little unit of all my makeup except for my eyeshadow palettes. I did already pick out my eyeshadow palettes. If you missed that video, I'll link it for you guys right here. We'll go over these briefly, but I want to go through and pick out my other items first. So let's just start in the top drawer. So my top drawer, I have my brow products over here, a couple of like eyeshadow primers and eyeliners as well. Then I have my concealers, my primers, a couple powders sprinkled in here. So let's start with my brows. I want to throw in one of these Uoma brow pencils. I want to pick the shade number 2. I also want to grab my Benefit Precisely My Brow. I've been enjoying this one lately. Let's take my ColourPop Brow Boss Brow Gel. This is just the clear version. I also want to grab my ColourPop Clear Brow Wax. For an eyeshadow primer, there's probably some stuff in here I could declutter. Let's give my Milk Makeup Hydro Primer, Eye Grip Primer another go. I'm actually not a huge fan of this, but I want to give it one more try before I officially decide to declutter it. And then I've got to go with one of my brow like waxes. So let's go with the e.l.f. one right now, the e.l.f. Brow Lift. Now let's move over to some concealers. Let's see, what have I not used for it? Let's take this one. This is my Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. I have mixed feelings about this one. It does crease a little bit on my under eye, but it does look really pretty on the skin, other than the fact that it creases just a tiny bit, but I do still like it. I also want to try this one out. Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting. Let's do one more drugstore. Let's go for the Milani one. It's been a while since I've reached for this concealer, so I have 2 shades. These 2 right here, 115 and 130. Let's use those ones. And then I want to pick one more. I really want to, I always have either my Lancome or my Dior. Like I'm reaching for one of these 2 every couple of days. Let's go with the Lancome. Now for some primers. Oh man, you guys, look at this dent that I have made in my Maybelline 4-in-1. That kind of surprises me. I've really been using this a lot. As much as I hate the packaging, it is a good primer, but I do want to give it a little bit of a rest. Let's pull back in my Say Glowy Super Gel. This is a newer discovery for me as a primer, and as the weather cools down and my skin gets a little dry, I think that glow will be really nice for the fall. I also want to take my Ofra Cucumber, Cool as a Cucumber primer. This is a really nice hydrating one that's not overly dewy. It's really nice and cooling on the skin. And let's pick another good hydrating primer. I'm gonna go with this one right here. This is the Flower Beauty Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir. It's kind of more of an oil, but I love this when my skin's starting to get really dry, which is usually around this time of year. All right, let's see the next drawer. I've got all of my foundations. Let's see what do I want to pick this time? Ooh, I'm going to start with this one right here. This is the Flower Beauty Get Real Serum Foundation. Now, I do not like this on its own. I almost decluttered it in a declutter about a year ago, but one of you recommended to use this as a mix-in with other foundations to get them to be a little bit more glowy, and I have really loved doing that. So I'm going to pull this in to use as a mix-in for some of my drier foundations or when I want to just kind of thin them out and make them a little bit more hydrating. Let's also pull in my Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. I need to get a move on using this thing up. It's probably going to expire soon and I'm close. I'm probably about halfway done with it. I think I can make an even bigger dent in it. Let's just pull it in. I always use my L'Oreal Infallible. Even if I don't pick it for my stash, it always ends up in there anyway. So we'll just go ahead and pull it in because I know it will end up with those other foundations. All right, let's pick a good like BB cream. Kind of leaning towards either my Cosmetics CC, my e.l.f. Camo. Let's go with the e.l.f. Camel CC cream. And let's go with one more that's a little bit more satiny. Let's go with this one, my Dior Backstage Foundation. This is the shade 2N. It's a little pink on me, but I can get it to work, especially if I mix it with something else a little more olivey. So that's 5 so far. I could probably stop there, but I want to pick one more. I want to pull in my Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. I really like this stuff, especially when the weather starts to dry a little bit. It's really nice and lightweight and thin, so let's try this one. Down here I have my lipstick drawer. Okay, I know I want a couple liquid lipsticks. Let's see, a couple of my favorite shades for the fall. Gotta go with my Hank and Henry. It's the shade Petal Pusher, one of the prettiest. It's not quite a red, but it's almost a red. Just a little bit more kind of mauve-y in tone without being too pink. It's so pretty. Now, let's also pick, I've got to pick one red. I feel like I could go with, didn't I just use this? Holy Grail from Persona. That's a good one. Or I could go with this Bittersweet. No, Kiss of Fire. That's a really pretty one. Let's go with Kiss of Fire. It's a little bit more of a pink toned red, but it's still quite vibrant and a little bit deeper. So let's try this one. For some nude lipsticks, I really want to pull in my Bite Beauty. Where is it? Okay, let's go with this one. This is one of their newer formulas. This is the shade Praline. Let's pull this one in. It's a good peachy nude. I also want to grab my Juvia's Place Libra. It's a little bit warmer. It's like a brownish kind of peachy mid-tone nude, but I really love this one with a lighter shade on top. And the one I typically use on top, and it's actually what I'm wearing on my lips today, is this one right here, Baddest Beige from Maybelline. So we'll pull both of those in. What else can we try? Let's go with this one right here from Almay. This is the shade Worry Less, a nice kind of cool toned pink. Oh, it's been a while. Let's pull in my Charlotte Tilbury. It's October. Halloween's coming up. I mean, this is JK Magic, which has this beautiful kind of Halloween. I mean, it's not really Halloween packaging, but it gives me Halloween vibes because it reminds me of Harry Potter. So let's give this one a try this month. And it's a good basic peachy nude. I feel like that's probably a good place to stop with lipsticks because I do have some Wet n Wild lip products that will be trying out and testing out together this month, so we'll stop right there for now. Now I have my blushes and bronzers down here. Oh man, you guys, I already feel like I'm running out of space in this drawer. I don't know that I'm quite ready to do decluttering in here because I think I did a fairly recent decluttering and I don't really feel like I want to get rid of any of this stuff, even though I know it's a lot, but let's just go through and pick out a few. First off, I know I want to keep using this. This is the Matte Glow Play Blush in the shade Blush Please. I got this during the Ulta Beauty sale last month and I love this shade. It's a little bit like it's more like a cool tone kind of, I wouldn't even call it cool tone. It's just like a basic, cooler nude pink. Kind of reminds me of this one, Between the Sheets from ColourPop. Ooh, I also want to pull this one in. This is from Can Make. This is a K-Beauty brand. Sorry guys, I can't open these. Love the shade of this, like a cream blush. It kind of reminds me of Hot Fuss from ColourPop, which I have right here, but I did use that one last month, so I'm gonna give that one a break and pull this one in. I do want to pull in from Persona Teddy. This is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It's a good, like, almost a brown toned nude. There it is right there. It's kind of peachy brown. And then I want to pull in both of these, the Undone Beauty blushes. I just got these a couple weeks ago and I feel like I'm still kind of getting to know them or enjoying them, so I want to keep using them. They're so interesting and different than any other formula that I own, and I want to keep using them using different techniques. Like I want to try using them with a sponge. I have the shades Peach and Mauve. Ooh, let's do something really cool tone. Let's grab this one. This is from Juicy Pang. It's the water blush in the shade. It's VLO2. I can't remember if this one's blueberry. I can't remember. It's just more of like a really cool kind of purpley pink tone. And then to go along with that one, because I often like to mix this with another one. Let's do this one right here. It's kind of like a berry, like raspberry shade. This one is PKO2. Let's try out these two shades. Should I give my Flower Beauty a break? I think I'll give those a break. Ooh, here's one I haven't used for wow, these two. One of these two, my Tower 28 or my Honest Beauty. Actually, no, scratch that. The one I want to use that I've neglected for a while is the Rare Beauty. This one is in the shade Nearly Neutral. Really pretty, and I feel like I never fully got to know this thing. I really enjoy it. I just haven't used it very much. I used it when I first got it and then kind of put it away and just forgot about it. So let's pull this one in as well. Okay, one more. I want to pull in my nude sticks. It's the shade Sunkissed. It's kind of rusty in tone. I really love this one. I pull it out almost every fall. Okay, and last one, I promise. I want to pull in one of these palettes, either my Pat McGrath, this Natasha Denona one, which is newer to me. I would like to keep using it, but I also haven't used this for a while. My Hourglass, it's filthy. I'm sorry. The Ghost palette. Did you guys see their new palettes? They look so cute. The packaging looks so cute. I just can't do $80 for one of these palettes again. I don't know. I don't think they're worth $80. But I do like it for the most part. So let's pull this one in again. Now for bronzer. So these are all my bronzers here. Let's start with my Flower Beauty. I want to keep using this one. I'm still really enjoying it. I just got this new one to replace my broken one in the mail just a few days ago. So grabbing that one. I also, gosh, I want to grab my Charlotte Tilbury. I still love this. I've just been using it so much. I feel like I should probably give it a break. Oh, I love it though. You know what? Let's pull in my contour wand. I do like this stuff. I just don't like the packaging, but I do like it. And it's getting old, so I feel like I need to start trying to use that thing up. A few more. Let's see, what cream bronzer? Ooh, I feel like I should either go with my ABH or my NARS. Which one? The NARS is a little bit warmer. Let's go with the ABH. It's more of like a olivey tone, but it is really pretty. I like it in the wintertime. Let's see, what have I not used for a while? That's really good. Thrive is good. Oh, my Kiko. Let's do that one. Let's do my Kiko Milano Sculpting Touch bronzer contour stick. This is really good. Okay, so that's 4. I want to pick one more powder bronzer. Let's go with Ombre from Nabla. This is a great one as well. And I think that is good for bronzers. Moving down to my lip glosses and setting sprays. I might have a few of these up in my purse upstairs. I'm trying to remember. Let's start with this one. This is my Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Silk. I've been using the shade Opal for the last few months, and this is a really good shade. It's a little bit deeper, has a little bit more pigmentation in it. Come on, camera, help me out. There we go. It's been a while since I've used this one, so we'll give this a try. I also want to grab my Rare Beauty lip gloss. This one's in the shade Nearly, what's it called? This is the shade Nearly Neutral. Isn't that the name of the blush? It's been a while since I've used this one. I do really like it. It's really, really comfortable. And I love the shade. It's this like really sheer brownish nude. I just wish it smelled better. I feel like it should be sweet. Okay, ooh, let's pick a couple different things from my NYX Butter Glosses. Let's grab the shade Madeline, one of my very favorite shades, perfect for the fall. It's more of a beigey nude that's still moderately light, not as light as Creme Brulee, but I really love the shade of this one. I also love this shade. This one's a little bit deeper, shade Praline. Those are both really good fall tones. Okay, let's see. Ooh, let's also grab this one right here. This is from Sydney Grace. This is one of their lip creams. It's in the shade Tracy. It's a little bit deeper. I just got this during their last sale, but it's definitely more of a fall shade. So I want to get some more use out of it this fall. It is really pretty. This gloss right here. I'm not going to pick this one quite yet, but my son bought me this at a Secret Santa shop a couple years ago. So cute, right? Let's Lock Lips. Oh, let's see. What do I have back here? I gotta go with this one. This is from the Ulta Beauty Harry Potter collection that came out a few years ago. This is the Hedwig lip gloss. It's just a clear with a bit of sparkle in it. It's pretty, not the best formula ever, and I wish it smelled a little bit better, but it's Harry Potter. I mean, October, gotta get some use out of this month. I think that's good for now. Let's grab a couple setting sprays. I want to use my Urban Decay Ultra Glow setting spray, and then also, ooh, let's pick one more. Actually, why don't we just go with both my Urban Decay setting sprays? That should be good. Now I'll just walk you guys through the palettes that I picked out in case you missed my fall palettes video, and there are a couple additional ones in here, I believe. First off, my Natasha Denona My Dream palette. This is new to me. I'm still enjoying this, so I want to continue to use it. I also have my Juvia's Place Nomad palette, which I know you guys have all seen. So I've got my Avocado Toast palette from BH Cosmetics. That's the Heron 2 from Juvia's Place. I've got my Tribe palette also from Juvia's Place. Ooh, I still haven't used this one yet. I can't wait to use it. Just look how pretty those shades are. Pumpkin Spice. This is the original. I know they have a new one, but I still have the original. I want to keep using that one. Got my Alter Ego palette right here. This is a gorgeous one. Perfect for fall. Look at those shades, you guys. Wow. Then over on this side, I've got my Persona Identity 2. I have the Mountain Trail palette from Sydney Grace. Beautiful greens in here. Got this cool tone palette, the Coffee Talk palette from Sydney Grace as well. So pretty. Look at those. My Patrick Ta for my nice warm brown. I love warm browns in the fall. Ooh, this is one of the prettiest warm brown palettes that I own that I've ever tried. It is so, so good. Also have my Pat McGrath palette right here. This is the Mothership. I always forget the number of this. I think it's the 6. It's the Midnight Sun palette. I think it was on sale the last time I checked for like, I don't know, 25% off or something. Still expensive, but love it. This one right here, my Unisex 3 palette from C Color Cosmetics. Really pretty fall colors. My Natasha Denona Safari palette. I know this one's been discontinued, but I love this. I don't often love all matte palettes, but this is one of the few that I just absolutely love. It's a classic fall palette for me. I didn't have room for this one. This is the Boudoir Noir palette from ColourPop. Look how pretty those fall tones are. And then over here I have the smaller palettes that I picked. This one right here is from ColourPop, the Never Tore Us Apart or something. It's one of their, when they were doing the like monthly astrology palettes. It is really pretty. I also pulled in, sorry guys, that's my nasty finger. Stitches on my finger. It's really gross looking. Try not to use my left hand, but sometimes I forget. This one right here, this is the Hot Jalapeno, right? Hot Jalapeno palette from e.l.f. So pretty. If you like bold greens, this is gorgeous. Also my Lucky Charm palette, good like bronze and green tone palette. This is the Huda Beauty Khaki Haze palette. I really love this one. Really pretty looks out of this palette, even though some of the shimmers are a little bit weak. Then I've got this one also from Huda Beauty, the Chocolate Brown Obsessions palette. These are so pretty. They're warm in a very red toned way, which is a little different than most of my other warm browns. I also still have in here my Pure Cosmetics Wednesday, right? Wednesday On Point palette. This is really pretty, and I love the browns in here in kind of bronzy shades. Very basic neutral palette. I love the eye look that I got out of this though. I want to use it a couple more times. Also have my Chocolates palette by Juvia's Place. If you like your warm browns, Juvia's Place is where it's at when it comes to dark, smoky browns. And I've got my Grandeur palette from ColourPop. I love this one. It is so beautiful. My Wild Berry palette from Nabla. Very similar to the Juvia's Place, the Mauves palette, if you happen to own that one instead. And then last but not least, my Jungle Lights palette from Flower Beauty. Beautiful shimmers in here. Okay, I almost forgot to take you guys over here. I've got my highlighters and my mascaras over here, so let's grab a couple of these. I do want to keep using my Jaclyn Hill highlighter. Really enjoying this. I also want to pull in my MAC Double Gleam highlighter, another really good one for the kind of fall and winter as my skin starts to get a little bit more fair. Let's grab this one, my Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. This is actually very similar to this one right here, the MAC Double Gleam. It's really, really beautiful. I feel like I want to give my Nabla ones a break for right now. I'm going to keep using this right here. This is the Pearl Luminizer from JCat Beauty. A part of me loves this, but a part of me wonders if it's a little bit too like white based for my skin tone right now, but it is really pretty. The formula is amazing. I kind of wish it came in more of like a champagne shade than like a true white, but I want to keep using it and get to know it a little bit better. Let's also pull on this right here. This is from Daniel Sandler. This is their watercolor highlighter. This one's in the shade Moon Glow. I want to try and use this a little bit more, maybe even use it as a primer the way that I did my Stay Glowy Super Gel. I don't think I've done that with this yet, and I think it might work really well that way. And then last but not least, let's grab my Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I feel like that's a good place. Now let's go for some mascaras. Ooh, I'm probably due for a bit of a declutter in here. In fact, I know there's a couple mascaras in here that I just absolutely detest. I need to just get rid of. I kind of save them in case I might do a declutter, but I'm kind of hit and miss with doing declutters. I'm not sure that I want to do another one anytime soon, but let's just go through and pick a couple. First off, let's see. I'm gonna grab my IT Cosmetics Superhero. I also want to pull in my Pat McGrath Fetishized Mascara. Beautiful mascara. Let's see. I'm gonna give my e.l.f. one a break. I'm gonna take my Flower Beauty Warrior mascara. That's another good one. Probably should declutter my Nabla mascara. What else do I have in here? Let's take my Ulta Beauty and one more mini one. Let's take my Superfan from Smashbox. All right, and here is everything all organized in my little bin here. My current stash, other than my eyeshadow palettes, which are behind me because I always pick too many. But this is pretty much everything. I'm gonna walk you guys through some nail polishes that I've also picked that go down here at the bottom. I also wanna leave this out. This is a set of eyeshadows from Kaja Beauty that they sent me. I do have a video on these coming up very soon, so keep an eye out for that. But I'm gonna keep using these and playing with them. They're really fun. I'll just give you guys a little spoiler. They're really, really pretty, really fun. And very unique. A lot of like mixtures of matte and shimmer. Some are all matte, some are all shimmer. All are pretty neutral, but there's definitely some differences between these. So again, that'll be a video coming up in a couple of days for you guys. And last, I just want to walk you guys through some of the nail polishes that I picked out. Let me pull these out so they're not clanking around while I read them off to you guys. Let's start with these two right here. These are both from LA Colors. So pretty for fall. This one right here is the shade Linger. Beautiful shade, and these last really well on the nails. In fact, some of these last better than my Olive and June nail polishes. Not every shade, and the quality of the brushes, as I've said many times, is very, very poor compared to what you get from these ones, but they're super cheap and they last really well on my nails. This one is the shade Eternal. Beautiful kind of like beigey, grayish nude. It's very pretty, more like a mid-tone. Kind of similar to this shade right here, which is the shade ECC, also from Olive and June. This one's a little bit more gray and a little bit lighter, more of a white base to it. Very, very pretty though. The rest are all from Olive and June. A couple greens. This one is beautiful. I think this came out in their like fall collection last year or the year before. This is the shade Geometry. Beautiful green. It looks kind of Christmassy, but it actually has a little bit of an olive tone to it that makes it really nice for the fall. So try and use that one. This one is beautiful. I had this on my nails a couple days ago. It's the shade Into the Trees. More of a deep blue toned green. It's lovely. This is the one I'm wearing on my nails today. A nice dark kind of burgundy red. Very pretty. The shade SC. So pretty for fall. One of my favorites. Really nice, like a cherry toned, like a wine, but more like red than pink based. This one is another one of my favorites. It's a deep kind of slightly shimmery navy blue. It's the shade HJ. Hopefully as I shift that, you guys can catch that deep navy blue. It's so pretty. Then this one right here, this is actually quite similar to the shade Linger from LA Colors. Did I say LA Girl? So these two are very similar to each other. This is Linger from LA Colors. This is JJ from Olive and June. I think the Olive and June was just a little bit deeper, but both have that similar kind of rusty, like brownish berry tone. They're so, so pretty. And then I have a yellow. I never think yellow looks very good on my nails, but I just love this kind of mustardy yellow color so much in the fall that I'm probably gonna wear it anyways. This one is the shade Golden Afternoon. It's a really pretty color. I don't think it looks particularly good on my skin tone, but I do love a good yellow. Oh, and then this right here, this is just their primer for your nails. I do think this helps my nail polish last a little bit longer. Keeps it from chipping off the very tips of my nails so quickly, which tends to be a problem with me regardless of what nail polish I'm using, especially as my nails get dry and kind of brittle in the winter time. They start to peel at the top edges here, and anytime I start getting sort of like chipping or peeling in my actual nail, the nail polish has a really hard time staying on. I find that this does help just a little bit. All right, guys, and that is everything. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys are most eager to see me use or pull into some upcoming videos. Did anything in here catch your eye? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll be sure to do that for you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you guys are doing well. Let me give you one last reminder. Please subscribe before you leave. But that's gonna do it for today. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. By the way, every time I tuck my hair behind my ears, my stitches in my finger snag onto my hair and like make it all frizzy. See, and there I go again. I cannot use my left hand. Oh, first experience with stitches ever in my whole life.